beautiful, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I will be trying out the latest foundation from Rimmel, and this is the Lasting Finish 25-Hour Breathable Foundation, and I'm in the shade 400 Natural Beige. I have tried Rimmel foundations before, but most of them didn't really work out for me, mainly because of the color range. So in New Zealand, this retails for $25. It comes with 8 shades, which is not much, and mind you, this is the second to the darkest shade. And I will also try the Rimmel Insta Duo Contour Stick, and this one is in the shade dark, and this one retails for $19.99, and it has 3 shades. Now I purchased both of these products from Farmers, but I had a look at ASOS website, and the Rimmel foundation retails for $19.67, and they offer a wider range. So they have 14 shades, and this one retails for, I believe, like $14. So I've already applied moisturizer. So what I'm going to do is apply my usual primer, which is the e.l.f. Poreless Primer. This foundation claims to offer medium coverage, breathable skin technology that moisturizes up to 25 hours, and it has SPF 20. Now I have oily skin, so we'll see how long it lasts on my skin. Today is Saturday and I actually have work, so this is the perfect time for me to test out this foundation. It says to shake before use. Oh, I didn't expect this foundation to have a doe foot applicator. It reminds me of the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation, which I have yet to try because apparently that foundation is great for oily skin. But it has the classic Rimmel foundation scent, and I feel like the foundation match is going to be great for me. So I'm going to apply this onto my skin. It's quite heavily fragrant, so if you're sensitive to fragrance, I don't think this foundation will be for you. But application wise, I find that the doe foot applicator actually helps for applying your foundation, and it kind of spreads it as well. The only problem is it's not hygienic, but I mean, I could always get past that. So I'm going to use my beauty sponge to blend the foundation. In terms of coverage, it doesn't give much because I feel like I'm using a sponge. The fragrance goes away after the foundation is blended. It blends right into the skin very easily. And as you can see, I still have a lot of scarring peeking through, mainly because I used a sponge. I think I'm going to use a foundation brush to fully get the medium, possibly full coverage that I could get out of this foundation. So I added more foundation on this side because this side of my face has got more scarring. So I have my handy dandy foundation brush, and I will stipple it. So if you have a lot of acne scarring, probably it will look like your skin but better, but not entirely full coverage. So I'll just finish up the rest of my face. So I have layered probably up to 3 swipes of the foundation onto my face, and this is the most coverage I could get, which is pretty decent. And for the amount of product I put on my face, it feels very lightweight. It instantly blended into my skin, and honestly it feels like my skin feels a little bit sticky, so I will let that dry. Doesn't look cakey for one, considering I've piled on heaps of products. It feels a little bit moisturizing to my face, so I'll see how long it will last on my skin, especially on an 8-hour shift. The color match is, I wouldn't say spot on. It's a little bit half or quarter shade darker to my skin, but I feel like it's just the lighting because the sun is hitting on that side of my window. So I feel like the color match is fine because I have a really strong yellow, medium tan skin tone. So I will just quickly apply my concealer and then we'll move on to the contour stick. The concealer that I use is the Makeup Max Life Proof Cream Concealer, and it layered beautifully on top of the foundation. And I actually quite like the finish of the foundation. It's a little bit too dewy for my skin, but I personally kind of like that on my oily skin. After setting it, it will look more natural as opposed to looking too matte. The foundation is still a little bit sticky, so I feel like if you have oily skin, you have to set it straight away. But we're going to use a cream contour stick. So this one is the shade dark, and I picked dark because I feel like this will show up a little bit more. It glides on very smoothly. And I also like to put contour sticks on my eye because it gives a natural contour, and I will blend that with a brush. So the contour sticks blend so easily. It looks very natural and it's not very hard. It's very blendable. And it didn't disturb the coverage that we have with the foundation. So what I'm going to do is set my face with my Airspun loose powder. This is what the foundation looks like after setting it with a translucent powder. This Coty Airspun is very mattifying, and I find that after setting the foundation, I still have like a little glow onto my face, which is pretty nice. It looks very natural. It looks like my skin. It doesn't actually look cakey at all, and I actually quite like the foundation. So I will just quickly apply my makeup and then I'll come back with you. The time right now is 8:14 in the morning, and I start work in 2 hours. So this is what my face looks like. I obviously put on a little bit of highlighter, but all in all, the foundation feels very lightweight. It's not sticky at all. It looks like my skin, and even though it's only light to medium coverage, it actually covered my acne scarring pretty well, and it has an SPF of 20. So we'll see how it looks with flash photography. I will check in with you guys maybe in the span of 5 hours, if not maybe at the end of the day after my shift, and see how the foundation lasts. Hi beautiful, I just finished work and the time now is 6:45 p.m. which means I have been wearing this foundation for approximately 10 hours. And looking at it on the monitor, I honestly don't look shiny whatsoever at all, because typically I would have like grease coming off my forehead and then around my nose. But within 10 hours without touch-up, I could see a sheen, but it's not terrible. Like I could definitely wear it like this. As for the color, it's surprisingly matching my body, though I could see a little bit of red tint to it, so the undertone is not good, but I could always get past the undertone of the foundation with setting it with banana powder. I will try to blot my foundation with a beauty sponge as I normally would without any product whatsoever. And this side already is looking a lot better. My highlight is still on, my contour and blush is still on. Everything is still on, the coverage is still on, nothing faded. I surprisingly like this foundation. Now, it didn't claim to be geared towards oily skin tones, and it said that it's moisturizing, which I found strange, but it actually does not feel very heavy or very greasy at all. It wore very comfortably on my skin. My skin looks flawless, except for the bumps that I have because I don't have great skin. But all in all, I actually am enjoying this foundation. So I blotted my entire face and it honestly looks like I just applied my foundation. My final thoughts: this foundation from Rimmel is by far one of my favorite foundations that Rimmel has. It's very affordable. Well, it depends where you get it from, but I guess if you get it from ASOS, it's very affordable. It has a decent selection of shades if you buy it off ASOS, but if you buy it from Farmers, you only get 8 shades. And the formula is great. It has SPF 20, which is great for summertime. Today was a really hot, humid day and I sweat so much, but nothing came off my face. I didn't have any sweat residue or sweat lines on my face, and the coverage is still there. It surprisingly lasted throughout the heat without it claiming to be water resistant or heat humidity resistant. So I really love this foundation. And as for the dual contour stick, this is very creamy. I love the fact that it blends so easily, and the lasting power is surprisingly there because looking at it, my eyes is still contoured, my cheeks are a little bit contoured, and so is my nose. As for the highlight, I personally have not tried the cream highlight, but it's blendable. As you can see right there, it has like a champagne sort of rose gold undertone, which would be perfect as a eyeshadow primer. I hope you guys enjoyed this review on the Rimmel products. Please leave a comment down below if you've tried this foundation. I would love to know your thoughts. Make sure you subscribe to my channel for more updates, and I will catch you on my next video. Bye!